West Ham take on Southampton at 3 p.m. on Saturday in their final Premier League match at the London Stadium this season, with the women's team taking on Manchester City in the FA Cup final at Wembley at 5:30 p.m. The scheduling means Hammers fans wanting to watch both sides would be unable to catch all the action from both fixtures, with the National Stadium a 1-hour-plus train journey from Stratford. As the Women's FA Cup final kick-off time was organised at the start of the season, West Ham asked the Premier League if they could move forward the start time to 12:30 p.m. Mrs Butler, MP for Brent Central, the constituency in which Wembley is located, cited the fact that the Premier League has proved amenable for other sides, such as Manchester City, whose match against Leicester was moved from this Saturday to next Monday with just 2 weeks' notice. I am concerned that women's football still does not appear to be treated as seriously as men's football, Mrs Butler wrote in her letter obtained by Express Sport, addressed to Premier League Managing Director Richard Masters. The priority appears to be to minimize disruption to the league game, rather than the Women's FA Cup final, one of the biggest occasions in the football calendar. The MP did not give up in her fight to change the match time and pleaded that the top-flight private company urgently reconsider their decision to discard West Ham's request. Express Sport understands the Premier League have not responded to the letter as yet. Full letter. Dear Mr. Masters, I am writing to express my concern and disappointment about the Premier League's decision to turn down West Ham United Football Club's request to bring forward their men's game on 4 May to allow for fans to also attend West Ham United's Women's FA Cup final fixture later that day. As you will be aware, West Ham United men's team are scheduled to play against Southampton at 1500 hours on 4 May, despite the fact the women's team face Manchester City in the FA Cup final at 17:30 on the same day at Wembley Stadium in my constituency. I am disappointed the Premier League refused West Ham's request to move the time of the league match to 12:30 to give fans a chance to attend both games. It was an entirely reasonable proposal and gave enough time for fans to make changes to travel arrangements. Premier League matches are routinely rearranged at short notice for television purposes or competition scheduling reasons. A recent example is Manchester City's match against Leicester, which was set to take place at lunchtime Saturday 4th May, but was moved to the evening of Monday 6th May with just 2 weeks' notice. I am concerned that women's football still does not appear to be treated as seriously as men's football, and the priority appears to be to minimize disruption to the league game, rather than the Women's FA Cup final, one of the biggest occasions in the football calendar. Is valuing the women's game and achievement is so important, and there is absolutely no reason why you couldn't have moved the match. It is a shame that West Ham fans and others could now be forced to choose between attending one or the other. trend in women's football is thriving, and we all rightly want it to continue to grow, so I believe the Premier League and other football bodies should be doing everything possible to increase viewership and attendance of this match. I am not satisfied with the Premier League's explanation and would like to ask when you were first made aware of the fixture clash, a full explanation as to why you have not moved this game and what steps you will take to avoid something like this happening again. I still ask that you urgently reconsider this decision and bring forward the league match either to 12:30 or to another earlier time that gives enough time for fans to attend both matches. I am convinced that a reasonable compromise can be reached. Finally, I would welcome a meeting with the Premier League to discuss this and other important issues such as racism in football. Thank you, and given the urgency of this matter, I would appreciate a speedy response. Warm regards, Dawn Butler, MP Member of Parliament for Brent Central, Shadow Secretary of State for Women and Equalities.